Morning, morning, morning. Christian stupid. But yeah, we in the building. I already know they're not gonna send this out, but it's cool. Super Bowl Sunday. What's up, B Wyatt? You're I gotta get my damn I gotta get this all this. See, this the only thing about dreads, dog. You got all this in your eyes and stuff. Now, finna read a report. Yo, it's crazy out my way. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. But today I'm gonna talk about Amanda Waller, what the plans are for what James Gunn might be doing. This isn't. Oh, absolutely, BY. You know New Jerusalem. That's Eagles Town, baby. That's Eagles Central. What up, Damon? So I'm gonna talk about today, James Gunn. This is what might happen with the Amanda Waller series. He said you a fool by G. No, you a fool. You said, are you talking about LJ from BMF? LJ from football. The whole South Jersey. Yeah, man. All South New Jerusalem, man. But we're going to talk about what Amanda Waller's story could do and mean for DC. James Gunn might go this way. This isn't set in stone, guys. Might go this way. Lamar Jackson, there's some trade rumors saying, I'm going to talk about that. And James Harden was right. Okay? James Harden was right. So let me do this first part real quick. Now, Waller could bring back the Suicide Squad and pit them against Peacemaker. So, with James Gunn announcing the DCU's Waller TV series, there's now a way of mixing the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker in a very explosive civil war. Now, Warner Brothers announced Peacemaker TV show in 2021. When they did this, many fans were surprised. To start with, it was assumed John Cena's arrogant marksman died in the Suicide Squad. It also felt odd that a B-list character would be getting his own series at a time fans wanted more Justice Leaguers. Thankfully, James Gunn and co hit it out the park with an R-rated alien invasion that wasn't as much a Suicide Squad sequel as it was a true character portrait of a peacemaker seeking redemption. With the new DCU slate out, Gunn's announced Waller is poised to continue Amanda Waller's journey after her own daughter, Leota, outed her sins with Task Force X. However, while many assume a series revolving around the boss might follow the same path and keep Waller in a confined bubble, it could actually create a civil war with her Suicide Squad, brought back the feud with Peacemaker. So, how the DCU's Waller series can revisit the Suicide Squad. Given the dirt Waller has on the authorities, it's easy to see her reinstated. After all, Task Force X has saved the world many times. This would also add to the message of how law enforcement and policymakers don't care about the prison system unless it helps their agenda. This paves the way for Waller to move past Leota with the new squad. With Viola Davis present, Gunn could bring Margot Robbie back as Harley Quinn, Karen Fukuhara as Katana, Idris Elba as Bloodsport, and Will Smith as Deadshot, along the likes of Weasel from the Creature Commandos. It's possible old elements are in play, or the characters would have gone the way of Henry Cavill's Superman and Ben Affleck's Dark Knight. This can shape the best version of Task Force X, who may not even require neural bombs anymore. So long as they get paid, Leota may even sign up to help her mom, pushing them more to be heroes after her own experience with Peacemaker's selfless crew. Now, Waller can incite a Suicide Squad versus Peacemaker civil war. There's a chance Waller will have the boss and a new team to foil mystical disasters, terrorist plots, or alien invasions, per what happened with Starro and Enchantress. However, the DCU could have its own civil war with Waller wanting Peacemaker taken out, especially if she finds out he's hiding the last butterfly. This is considered treason, and she would be validated in this hunt. Excuse me. If Waller doesn't get the big guns, this is a chance for the new members to sign up, such as Mirror Master and Bronze Tiger, all of whom will be eager to prove themselves by murdering a traitor. This further sets up Leota to become the inverse of Waller, helping Chris out and getting the likes of Harcourt and Vigilante to rebel again. They're fiercely loyal. After all, plus, there could be a spot for the likes of Judo Master and a chance for Chris to use more of White Dragon's technology as the enemy of the state. Ultimately, Waller has more emotional connection, continuity, and nuance, building on the main foundation of this entire franchise, how broken families fight, cope, and hopefully rebuild. Now, the Peacemaker spinoff Waller and the animated Creature Commandos will cross over. Like James Gunn said, the first new batch of DC Studio projects will cross over, including a character from Creature Commandos appearing in Waller. James Gunn and Peter Safran's new plan for the DC Universe does include crossovers with Creature Commandos and Waller being an example. While speaking to the official DC Comics blog, co-chairs and co-CEOs of DC Studios discussed their first slate of projects titled Gods and Monsters. This discussion included whether or not their plan include a Justice League crossover event, similar to Marvel's approach with the Avenger films. Everything's crossing over throughout. Gunn said these characters are all interacting throughout the different stories. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean always Brave and the Bold may just be Batman, Robin, and the characters involved in that, but I know a lot of other times these characters cross around. In Creature Commandos, one of the main characters shows up in Waller. The first project Gunn revealed as part of DC Studios' upcoming slate was Creature Commandos, an animated series written by Gunn that will follow a group of soldiers in World War II, modeled after the Universal classic monsters. Among the cast is Rick Flag Sr., the father of Rick Flag Jr., played by Joel Kinnaman, who worked for Amanda Waller as the leader of Task Force X in 2016 Suicide Squad and its 2021 sequel / soft reboot, The Suicide Squad, the latter of which was written and directed by Gunn. Gunn also stated that the new DCU will see characters move through both animated and live action spaces, often played by the same actors. Amanda Waller, of course, gets her own spinoff series. So hers is the second lineup, and the story will take place between season 1 and season 2 of HBO's Peacemaker. So that's where the story will take place, with characters from that show making appearances in Waller. The project will be headed by Crystal Henry, who wrote for HBO's Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created and ran the recently canceled Doom Patrol. Gunn described Creature Commandos and Waller as an aperitif before the relaunch begins in earnest with its first major motion picture, Superman Legacy. The film will be written by Gunn, and rather than be an origin story, will follow Clark Kent as he works at the Daily Planet while protecting Metropolis as the Man of Tomorrow. Unlike Waller, Legacy will not see the return of a prior DCU actor in the starring role. Man of Steel actor Henry Cavill will not be returning to play Superman, though it is possible he may return to DCU as a different character. So basically, also, Jason Momoa feels really effing good after DC meeting. Jason Momoa assured fans that he will continue to play Aquaman in James Gunn restructured DC universe while hinting at possible future roles. After months of uncertainty, Aquaman star Jason Momoa assured fans that his version of their favorite underwater superhero is here to stay in the DC universe. Momoa discussed the future of the Aquaman franchise in an interview with The Wrap and teased fans about a new DCU project after meeting with the studio's co-CEOs, James Gunn and Peter Safran. I'm feeling really effing good. Aquaman not going anywhere, so it's all right, he said. Everything's going to be good. We're still here, and then I might be dipping into some other things too. The sigh of relief occurs after some major moves from the new bosses that had Momoa fearing his version of the King of Atlantis could be on the chopping block. A 10-year plan to reconstruct the DC universe was recently unveiled by the studio heads, pledging to deliver a single connected storyline akin to Marvel Studios' Infinity Saga. To kick off a new continuity, it was announced that Man of Steel actor Henry Cavill will not be reprising his role as Superman. So, let's see. So, yeah. So now Momoa is a known fan of Lobo, and he asked if he'd see Gunn's post. Well, everyone knows I'm a big comic book fan, and so the comic that I collect the most, and I have every comic there is, you can do your research and find out what it is. That's what's up. He said, I'll always be Aquaman. Ain't anyone coming in there taking it. He said, there might be some other characters too. I can play other things too. I could be funny and savage and charming. The star fueled speculation that he could be playing Lobo even further when he revealed in an Instagram story that he had received some good news from Warner Brothers. Whether Momoa plays Lobo or not, DC fans will see the actor in upcoming sequel Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which finds the title character reluctantly teaming up with his half-brother Orm to battle a more powerful Black Manta in his army. Yeah. Okay. Well, Justin Warner sound all over the place because I was reading 3 different articles. Now, the Waller series is basically going to be between Peacemaker's first season and second season. So we're going to see what she does in between there. Now, with James Gunn, it sounds like he's trying to do, he's trying to do a build up to when we get Superman and then we get Batman and all of them. But in this case, he's trying to build up the villains. So if they do some state villains come against Superman and Joker, we'll know who they are. The Creature Commandos, it was a comic back in the 80s or 70s. It was okay, but it ran its course. Maybe James Gunn, which James Gunn has a history of doing this, where he takes characters from a comic book that really weren't relevant and he makes them relevant. So Creature Commandos could be something that we see be our new Guardians of the Galaxy. And that would be very good. And I think his storylines would be great. Plus, we get to see Waller actually be in control. What's up, Justin Warner, Mr. CM23? What's up with y'all? One True Emperor, what's up, man? I ain't see you there. My bad. So what we're seeing is he's developing a foundation. This is something we've never had in the past when it came to DC. Well, Warner Brothers. DC had the plan. Warner Brothers just comes and messes it up. So with this is going to basically Hold on real quick, y'all. This one dread getting on my nerves. Hold on real quick. All right, that's better. That dread was getting on my nerves. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to tie it up. So the thing is that we got a foundation. We've never had a foundation before when it comes to Warner Brothers and DCU, or when it was the DCEU. We were always, like Justin Warner said it best, all over the place. And that's what they were. They're all over the place. Now we got direction. So even if one of these stories don't pan out, we still got direction. We still got a plan. Marvel, Thor wasn't that good of a movie, but guess what? We got the character Thor. So in future movies, when he came to do the Avengers, even though we didn't like Thor that much, we still knew who Thor was. We knew who he was in the comic books, and Thor was a better comic book than the real life person they got, you know. But we got a plan. And this is something I want to see. I wanted to see the Amanda Waller thing and how that went down. Because Amanda Waller is very key. She's not like Nick Fury. She's 100 times worse than Nick Fury. She's 100 times worse. And she always plays, you know, a cold-hearted person. Nick Fury really wasn't cold-hearted. Nick Fury was like, look, this the plan. I'm going to go with the plan. He knew how to cut ties to people, but Nick Fury never was a guy that was that cold. Like he could get cold, but he always had a little bit of a heart. Amanda Waller got no heart. She don't care about your feelings or nothing. And then since we got Peacemaker, which has thus far shown, excuse me, got spit falling out my mouth, thus so far shown that his character is very funny, very energetic, very grounded, and basically is his own person now after, you know, he got rid of his pops. He don't have to worry about that no more. So now he can do what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? So now we get to see Amanda Waller, and probably we could get to see Harley Quinn come back. We can also see Deadshot. You know, we could see him. And then we could see Bloodsport with Idris Elba. So we could get all these characters coming back, and we can have a little bit of a great series, like, because these characters are grounded. You know, a lot of people will be able to relate to these characters. And since the Creature Commandos is basically an animated series, that works out perfectly. That works out perfectly for everybody because we get to see more action with them, and they probably could do some things that they mainly can do with how do I say, that they probably can't do in live action. Yeah, he did, Justin Warner. Like, he made Peacemaker like much more different, but I didn't really like the Peacemaker comic book. Like, I didn't really get into Peacemaker until James Gunn really did something with it, dog. Peacemaker was always it was an okay character. My guy that I want to see him come out with is Deathstroke. That's what I want to see. I want to see if Deathstroke is going to make his appearances, because that'll be cool. You could have Deathstroke as an antagonist, you know what I'm saying, and behind the scenes, doing what he does in the comic books, crossing over to the Creature Commandos, crossing over to Waller and Peacemaker. So you can do that. Plus, we might get a Batman sighting. We could get a Batman or a Superman sighting. Yeah, Christian, that would be cool. Will Smith and Idris Elba characters going at it. That would bring a lot of dialogue. That would bring story. And then you could have, of course, Harley Quinn's character, in there, causing misdirection with both groups. He uses the same formula in all his movies. Well, that's just how he is, B. James Gunn, that's just how he is. That's why his movies have been successful, because he stays with what he does best. Like, he's not a person who's going to change his style. Christopher Nolan's another director and producer who does the same thing. He keeps the same type of style, same type of formula for movies, and he always leaves you with an open ending. Like, he never leaves you with a closed ending. It's always open to the possibility of this could be that. This could be that. Like, he makes you think at the end. James Gunn, he's more of a goofy type of guy, more light side. Like, I would love to see him and how he does the Batman. I know Superman's gonna be good because James Gunn is a very life type of person, whereas Zack Snyder is more of a dark, cold person. And remember, Zack Snyder's daughter died. So he was in a very bad space when he made Batman vs. Superman. He did the Justice League, all of that stuff. He was already in a bad space. So my thing is, I want to see if James Gunn is going to change his formula when it gets to Batman, because Batman is very dark. So how are you going to switch up with that? Now, if he keeps the same formula, then Batman's going to be trash. You can't make Batman with the sense of humor. Right, Christian, exactly. Peacemaker is what James wanted Guardians to be, right. But Peacemaker, like Justin Warner said, Peacemaker was different from the comic book. It was. A lot of these stuff is different. You don't want to make your movie just like the comic book. The reason why, because the comic book, you can just come with a simple storyline, like the Infinity Gauntlet, the Infinity Wars, right? Remember that. Thanos, the only reason why he collected the stones was he just wanted to impress Mistress Death. That's it. That was the whole storyline. It wasn't about killing half of the universe to make sure that life continues and not suffer because we'll run out of resources because it was too overpopulated. That storyline in the movie was a lot better than the comic book storyline. It was. So you don't want to make everything like the comic book. You don't. You want to switch it up. And everybody's upset. They're like, well, Dick Grayson he should be the Robin. Dude, I don't want to see Dick Grayson as Robin. We done seen enough of Dick Grayson as Robin. Teen Titans, the comic books, the animated series, like the cartoons with Batman with Dick Grayson with him. We've seen Dick Grayson as Robin. It's time to move on. Yeah, exactly. Thanos was a simp in the comics. Exactly. Be wild, like, man, yeah, I agree. Because Thanos was a simp in the comics, dog. I ain't doing all that for no chick. I got the gauntlet. I'm finna go get some more chicks. This is B. Wyatt. Snap me some hoes. B. Wyatt, like, look at these hoes, son. From, that's how you do it. I don't need no one chick. I'm B. Wyatt. He said facts. LOL. He said facts. HD, great minds think alike, my G. All I need is the reality stuff. For real. Well, Peacemaker in the comics was like the TV show, but it wasn't done to the extreme like the show. Vigilante was the one. Right, Christian, exactly. I love his success says, snap me some hoes. Snap me some money. What? I could have the Infinity Gauntlet. Bro, I would be the best. See, Thanos did it all wrong. What Thanos should have did was snap him some hoes, snap all the riches of the universe, have his own planet, dog, and just chill. That's all he had to do. But no, he want to go out here and fight and root. Man, you tripping. Right, exactly, Christian. Like we've seen enough of Dick Grayson as Robin. I listen, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I like Damian Wayne more than Tim Drake, Jason Todd, or Dick Grayson. I thought Damian Wayne was the best Robin. Cause you gotta think about it. He was in the League of Shadows. His mother is Talia Al Ghul. Yeah, exactly, BY. That's what I hate. He only could use it once in the movie. Damien was annoying to me. Yeah, he was at first. He was annoying to a lot of people, BY. Listen, I agree. But his character has more room to grow because you got to think about it. He grew up as an assassin. Tim Drake was good. I just didn't like Tim Drake's fighting style. I thought Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne had a better fighting style. Now, to me, Dick Grayson is better as Nightwing. I want to see some more stories of Nightwing, you know, and I also want to see Jason Todd as the Red Hood, you know, and I want to see Tim Drake, you know, as his own individual, and I want to see Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne was annoying. I agree. But Damian Wayne, the recent years, he's gotten a lot better because he's gotten better writers. And that story with him and Jonathan Kent was A1. His character grew. His character basically showed a lot more growth. And he built the friendship with Jonathan Kent and him with the Teen Titans. Damian Wayne is showing a lot more leadership, whereas before he was annoying and he was a big arrogant prick. You know, nobody really liked that. What's up, Malik? Oh, you liked all the Robins? I'm really interested to see who's going to play Batman. I don't like Christian Bale Batman version, to be honest. I believe the version of Batman we're getting is either Kilmore. Yeah, but George Clooney sucked. Val Kilmer was a good Batman. That's a Batman who's very underrated. He could play Batman and he could play Bruce. Val Kilmer was very good at that. Nightwing, the best fighter in the Bat family. No. Damian Wayne's the best fighter in the Bat family. Outside of Bruce is Damian. You got to remember, Damian Wayne was in the League of Shadows. He was taught by the best assassins and fighters in the world. In the world. So the only person who Dick Grayson could give him a run for his money, but Dick Grayson would lose. It's been proven in the comic books. Damian Wayne got his own Robin story, and everybody was trying to take him down. He whooped Tim Drake ass. He whooped Jason Todd's ass. and Dick Grayson just sat there and talked to him because Dick Grayson was like, look, I don't want none of them problems. Cause Damian Wayne got them things, dog. He said, yeah, yeah, and then did a kick and then brought that leg back and boom, I said, bro. Yeah, I hope they do bring Joe Magellano's Deathstroke movie out. I do too, Justin. He would be good. Val Kilmer and George were in their 30s. Oh, okay. You talking no, the age, yeah, I agree. But to me, I would have got Bruce Wayne. I would have got Michael Keaton to play Bruce Wayne and bring out a Batman Beyond. Who would win, Peacemaker or the Punisher? Oh man, that's tough. I think the Punisher would beat Peacemaker because the Punisher just always was 100 steps ahead. Peacemaker's more of a guy who plans as he goes. But Punisher always had a plan, like for every plan, and he was always 10, 15, 20 steps ahead. Punisher would have beat Peacemaker. I love Peacemaker though, but Punisher my guy. I'm sorry. Punisher that dude. Yeah, me too, Malik. I want to see Wally West and Barry Allen and Bart Allen. That'll be great. If they could bring that out, that'll be awesome. That's something that I would love to see. But yeah, Justin, Peacemaker's more of a thinker as you go. Right, BY. The whole Punisher series was fire, bro. Facts, dog. Perfect casting, exactly. No, I understood what you said, Christian. You ain't got to keep writing it. I understand what you're saying. But I don't like Christian Bale at all. Christian Bale don't need to be Batman. They need to go get another Batman, a fresh Batman, like a young adult Batman. But in The Bold and the Beautiful, I understand because you have Damian, so that Batman would have gone through a lot of trials. But I would have just kept Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was a better Batman than Christian Bale. Christian Bale was terrible. Christian Bale was real terrible. Yeah, Bart. Yeah, Bart went off. I like Bart. Right, B. Wide. I agree. Keaton and Affleck were the best at being both Wayne and Batman. I agree. You are absolutely right. Well, I'm an old school guy. I got Adam West up there. So I got Keaton, Adam West, Ben Affleck. As far as being the best Bruce Wayne and Batman. All three of them guys were awesome, incredible, especially Adam West. Adam West set the bar. Michael Keaton took it to new heights. Ben Affleck came and crushed it. Even though I don't like Ben Affleck that much, but he was good. He was pretty good. I liked him in the Justice League Snyder cut. He was better in the Snyder cut to me than any of the other films. Yeah, he was okay, Wayne. Yeah, Kilmer, I mean, he was okay, but he was decent. He wasn't bad as George Clooney. George Clooney was terrible. I agree, Justin Warner. Yes, Christian Bale would be better as Metallo, or you can make him Deathstroke. You can make Christian Bale Deathstroke. Christian Bale would be a great bad guy. He would be a great bad guy. You can make him another character. He said, man's had a Batman credit card. Right. I'm like, what are we doing here, man? Like, stop it. Stop it. Yeah, they wasted him in Thor. And then you had Detroit T coming here saying, man, that went hard. Bruh, Gore the God Butcher is one of the biggest classic villains in Marvel history. He's one of the best. They could have created a classic. If you would have actually did what you were supposed to do with this Thor, then you had Ragnarok, bro. Thor would have had two of the most classic movies ever. Honestly, HD, that was good. Christian should be a bad guy. Yeah, dog, Christian Bale would be a great bad guy. Bro, if you make him like Deathstroke or somebody like that, dog, he'll go off because Christian Bale does his own stunts, I believe. And not only that, he gets in character of his of the person he's depicting. I just don't like him as Batman. I think he would be great as a Deathstroke or somebody. And then I wouldn't even tell you he's Deathstroke yet. I would just have Deathstroke with the mask until later you can see who he is. Right, exactly, Christian. It was oh gosh. Yeah, he would be a fire Metallo. Yo, Justin, hey, Justin Warner be knowing his stuff, BY. Yeah, as Metallo, they made him Uncle Thor. Right. How you make him Uncle Thor at the end? And then he had his real daughter in there. I'm like, I'm done. It's like I was done after that, dog. I was done, dog. I was so pissed off at that movie. I was so pissed off with that movie, dog. Y'all just do not understand how pissed off I was at that movie. Yeah, he would be a good Metallo. I forgot about Metallo. Right here. Fair Usac, fair Usac. Look at that. Yeah, Christian Bale would be great as Metallo. He'll be great as Metallo. Oh yeah, dog. I hated that crap, dog. He said that weird lisp. Right. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? They trying to say Christian Bale is Brainiac. Y'all think Christian Bale will be a great Brainiac? They talking about Brainiac. You think Christian Bale will be a good Brainiac? BY said, nah. Well, they paying Doug Williams. That's why he's doing it. He said I need an English actor or something to play Brainiac. That is true. So let's see. Let's get to the next one. Okay, so trade Lamar Jackson. Ravens plan to. All right, trade Lamar Jackson. Ravens plan to tag and keep quarterback, but could be tempted by big trade offer. This is by Tom Pelissero, Ian Rappaport, and Mike Garafolo. The Baltimore Ravens will place the franchise tag on quarterback Lamar Jackson if the sides cannot agree to a long-term deal in the coming weeks. So all of this is speculative. This isn't what could happen, guys. This is all speculative. Now, and there's a possibility other teams could tempt Baltimore to trade the former NFL MVP for a windfall of draft picks per sources. Jackson, who's 26, played out his rookie deal this past season and is unsigned for the 2023 season. In a season-ending press conference, Ravens head coach John Harbaugh said there was a 200% chance that Jackson stay in Baltimore. General manager Erica DeCosta said they were excited to restart negotiations after Jackson missed the end of the second consecutive season because of injury. Now they're trying to blame it on Deshaun Watson's deal. This has nothing to do with Deshaun Watson's deal. Okay? So we need to stop that. Okay, so this is basically the same way. They not talking about nothing new and stuff, man. I thought they not talking about nothing new. Look, I told you guys, this is what's gonna happen. People are talking about, oh, they're gonna do the non-exclusive tag. If the Baltimore Ravens do a non-exclusive tag, they are the dumbest franchise in history. We don't know what is going on in the back room. We don't know how far apart they are. The reason that they're talking about this Lamar Jackson stuff like so much is because they don't have no news. They don't know what's going on. These NFL guys are making stuff up because they don't know what's going on. They don't. They don't know what's going on. They're lost. They're just trying to sell stories. They're just trying to sell things to make the public be like, oh man, Lamar could be gone. It's dumb news. So that was a waste of time, guys. I apologize for that. It's the same story. They're not talking about nothing different. They're not talking about anything different. You understand? They're not talking about nothing. Now, the James Harden thing. Listen, Lamar Jackson, listen, he's going to be exclusively franchise tag. And because the Ravens can set how many picks and stuff they can get. If they get the non-exclusive, oh, happy B-Day, MDT. What's going on? That's what I'm saying is that, look, listen. The thing is that people got to understand, they're not going to do a non-exclusive deal. Why would you do a non-exclusive tag and you got Lamar Jackson? Idiot. When you do an exclusive tag, you can set the market how you want to set the market. You understand what I'm saying? You can set it how you want to set it. You understand? You can set it. You can ask for 4 first-round picks. Or you can ask for 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. You can do anything you want. But the Ravens just fired Greg Roman. Why would you fire Greg Roman and not attempt to actually get something done with Lamar? That don't make any sense. And then you're talking about we're going to look at receivers this year. We're going to do this. Listen, the Baltimore Ravens are going to go get receivers. They're going to get the line. They're going to get the offense better. They're going to because they have no choice. They're watching what Jalen Hurts is doing. They're watching what all these other guys are doing. Burrow, all these other guys got weapons, but Lamar don't have any weapons, and he's gotten your team to the playoffs in his first, like 4 times out of his first 5 years. It's like, come on. Like, what else does he got to prove? What else does he got to prove? You know what I'm saying? You understand? So Lamar Jackson really is good. He's in a great situation. People got to stop. They're making this narrative because they don't want another black quarterback with a fully guaranteed contract. They're doing everything in their power to devalue Lamar Jackson so he doesn't have a fully guaranteed contract, which is bogus. Which is bogus. So I just think people got to understand, if they got rid of Greg Roman, that means they want to keep Lamar Jackson. So stop listening to these people, these reports. Everybody sending me this stuff. Look, man, stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe, guys. These guys are trying to make money. They're in the business of making money. They're in the business of selling you something so you can buy their stuff. Right, exactly, MDT Sports. Oh, I already know, Christian. You open up.
I'm down for breakfast.
All right.
They have omelet and fruit.
All right.
And toast.
All right. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that about Kanye. I'm gonna talk about that later, Christian. I got that story on my phone. I got a bunch of stories on my phone. The only reason I ain't been really doing a lot of videos on stuff, bro, I've been getting this work done in the studio. You guys gotta understand. I got this CD I'm trying to put out soon, and then this music try to put out soon. I'm gonna make it exclusive on YouTube for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I might be dropping some prequel songs soon. You guys might be getting like 3 songs a week on the video, so y'all can listen to it. Tell me how y'all like it, what y'all think about it. Leading up to the CD. I'm gonna put it on YouTube. You feel me? Yeah, John Harbaugh's the weakest link. John Harbaugh should have been fired. John Harbaugh should have been fired a long time ago. The reason they didn't fire John Harbaugh is because he won that Super Bowl. And, they like John Harbaugh. But Lamar Jackson saved John Harbaugh's job because John Harbaugh should have been fired a long time ago. Should have been fired a long time ago. Should have been fired a long time ago. And it is what it is. Thank you. So that's the reason why he still got his job. He got his job because of that, but...
That's enough? You want another little piece?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Janelle, you want some bacon? Let me go on the bacon section.
So, that's how it is.
Janelle, you want some bacon?
No, thank you.
You got forks? Harry is a big fork. Why you didn't want no bacon, Janelle? It's turkey.
I know.
Because she don't want none. Can't force the baby to eat something she don't want.
That was your little plate to put your food in. You don't want that?
No.
Okay,
You can save your plate.
What do you want on your toast?
Put the jelly on it, yeah. I got you. Thank you. Yeah, it do. Sound really good.
Go get Golden up so she can eat. Tell her I said time to get up.
Thanks, Mom.
Let me give you a cup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, Adidas messed themselves up. See, this is what I'm saying. They get mad at Kanye, but see, this would piss me off. I don't like the things Kanye do, but Kanye made your business a billion, like brought you in millions to billions of dollars. You knew how Kanye acted, but yet you want to bring him back now. After y'all did all that fake fussing, oh, he said this about the Jews. I keep telling y'all about them punk Jews and they lies. They are so sensitive, but when it comes to blacks and all of that, they always be like, stop crying and do your job. But when it happened to them, they don't ever go after the people they need to go after. They always go after us. They went after Kyrie Irving and he ain't say nothing. And Kanye West told the truth about him, which we already knew about the Jews. We already know about them. So, yeah. But the Lamar Jackson thing, they're trying to devalue Lamar Jackson so he don't get the deal. But watch what I tell you. When Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow's contract come up and they get paid their fully guaranteed money, watch the media change their whole stripes. Watch what I tell you. The media gonna change their whole stripes. Watch what I tell you. They're gonna change their whole stripes. Watch what I tell you. Now, let's finish this last story. James Harden on Nets after exits of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. I don't look like the crazy one. Now, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden were on the team together. They played 16 games together due to injuries, and Harden asked for a trade request. Harden wanted out of the drama in Brooklyn. Durant and Irving also left the Nets, and Harden had something to say Saturday after the Sixers beat the Nets 101-98. When asked by reporters if he could have imagined Durant and Irving being gone the next time he faced the Nets, James Harden said, yeah, then added, I didn't just ask to leave for no reason. I'm happy for the organization and what they got back. They've got some really good pieces. Harden later added some choice comments on the circumstances and perception of his exit, most notably that recent events means he is no longer looking like the crazy one. It was just a lot of dysfunction, clearly, but it was a lot of internal things that I'm not going to ever just say, put in the media or anything. And that was one of the reasons why I chose to make my decision. But now, fast forward to date, I don't look like the crazy one. I don't look like the guy or the quitter or whatever the media want to call me. I knew what was going on and I just decided, hey, I'm not built for this. I don't want to deal with that. I want to play basketball and have fun and enjoy doing it. And fast forward to today, they've got a whole new roster. As Harden mentions, we will probably never know exactly what went on behind closed doors. So they're trying to say Durant and Harden were bumping heads, which is not true. The Nets brought in Ben Simmons. And Irving was disrespected by the team with the money. So James Harden was absolutely right. You know, hey, he's right. Listen, everybody's happy in Brooklyn. Everybody's talking about Brooklyn now. They've gotten more coverage since KD and Kyrie left than they had when KD and Kyrie was there. Why is that? During their 15 to 21 game win streak, did they mention them? No, they didn't. What up, Vern? Of course. They hated Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson was smart. But when the Nets were winning, nobody talked about them. None of them. The only time they talk about KD or Kyrie is when they want to paint something negative about them. James Harden saw this. James Harden knew what was going on. And he said, I'm out. He said, I'm out. I can't deal with this. I'm gone. Then they tried to say, oh, it was Durant and Harden. No, it wasn't Durant and Harden. It was Sean Marks and Joe Tsai. And it was a lot of stories leaking out of there because the Nets were leaking them stories because they don't know how to run a franchise. Joe Tsai don't know how to run a franchise. Sean Marks don't know how to build the championship team. He could build a playoff team, but he can't build a championship team. He just like Sam Presti. Just like Sam Presti. He is just like Sam Presti. They get all these draft picks and everybody say they got all these draft picks, but they're not winning championships. So how is he a great GM? How? Everybody get mad at Kevin Durant for choosing his own destiny, picking what team to go to. But yet, they don't say nothing when LeBron do it. I love Giannis, but you don't think Giannis got any pull in the Bucks organization? If Giannis comes in the office and say, we need to get another wing, you don't think they ain't going to do that for him? Kevin Durant come in the office and say, we need a wing. Oh my God. Kevin Durant, what are you doing? Why are you asking for a wing? How much help do you need? It's like, huh? How? Be wide, I know. I talked about it. Lost every game, he broke a record. Because that's all he cares about is breaking records. They gave him 3 championships. Well, they gave him 1. The other 2, Ray Allen saved him. Kyrie saved him. What I'm eating mangoes, pineapple, cantaloupe, strawberries, grapes, omelet souffle, and bacon and toast. What's up, Felton? Man, you missed a lot. We talked about the Amanda Waller series and the Peacemaker. Excuse me. How that's going to cross over. The Waller series is going to take place between season 1 and season 2 of Peacemaker. Also, Creature Commandos is going to feature a character that's going to cross over in Waller's story, which is the Weasel. You remember the Weasel that we thought died, but then he came back to life. So they also talked about Jason Momoa. He's gonna stay as Aquaman, but they might put him as other characters later. And then the Lamar Jackson thing was just some BS. They're trying to say that if he's on a tag, the exclusive tag, they could trade him for whatever they want if they sign him to the non-exclusive tag. It'll be 32 million. I don't know what them other dudes in my comment section were talking about. It would be 32 million that he was getting if he signs a non-exclusive tag. They put the numbers out. There was nothing about no 41 million. I think it's 41 million if he signs the exclusive tag. And then James Harden basically said, I don't look like the crazy guy, which he doesn't. Like, James Harden wasn't his fault. The Nets messed that team up. They messed that team up. So James Harden had to tell him. You know. All this hate to James Harden and Kevin Durant is crazy. Everybody's saying about a super team, a stack team. I'm like, bro, there's no such thing as a super team. They created that term because LeBron was losing. There's no such thing as a super team. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. So all this talking and stuff is just crazy. But I'm saying though, Golden State wasn't a super team though. Yeah, Felton, they're in negotiation mode. The media is trying to paint, they're trying to paint this narrative to say that they don't want Lamar to get his money. They want the Ravens to trade him. They're trying to create these fake scenarios that they don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. That's what I'm saying. The Warriors gave up their bench. They lost a lot of quality players to acquire KD. KD went to a team that had one superstar, an all-star, and another all-star. LeBron James went to a team with two other superstars, right? Then he had some all-stars. Then he had some role players. So it's not the same. LeBron is absolutely right. Kevin Durant went to Golden State and brought himself. You went to Miami and back to Cleveland and brought damn near everybody in the world. So I don't get the hate for KD. It's stupid. The Boston Celtics and Lakers used to do this all the time in the past. Magic Johnson, Lakers, Bird, Celtics, they used to get all the talent. Everybody used to go to them to win a ring. But now it's a problem because KD goes to another team. It's like people are dumb to me. Right, they needed a small forward at that time. Harrison Barnes didn't do his job. I'm just saying. We got to be honest. Everybody was mad. I was happy. I was happy for Kevin Durant because he left them bum-ass OKC Thunder. I was like, good. Because OKC Thunder cost him a championship. Cost him a championship. The year Russell Westbrook got hurt. What did the OKC Thunder do? They traded James Harden before the season. Remember that? Remember that? But yet, Kevin Durant wanted Russell Westbrook traded. Did they give him that option? Nope. Sam Presti said, nope, we're keeping Russ. Kevin Durant still signed back to y'all. Still signed back to y'all. And the best y'all can do was give him Kevin Martin and Andre Roberson. And then you brought in Adams and what's his name? Canner? I'm telling you, dog, these people stupid. People talking about if you can't beat them, join them. Nigga, no, nigga. If I want to win, I'm finna go join them. Shit, you tripping. The Warriors were never Kevin Durant's rival. He only played them once in the playoffs. That's it. Russ got hurt in the playoffs. They didn't have Harden. They had Reggie Jackson, who thought he was better than Westbrook, which he was on crack. And they lost. The following year, KD got hurt again. He got hurt. Westbrook and Serge couldn't get him to the playoffs. Westbrook couldn't get him to the playoffs. They missed it. But if you would have kept James Harden, you might have got to the playoffs. Right, the Spurs, Mavericks, that was their rival. And the Grizzlies. The Spurs, Mavs, and the Grizzlies. Yep. That's what I'm saying. These guys, they keep raving about Ticket TV, Too Raw for TV, FYF Sports, and all of these clowns. It's like, dude, I'm not saying don't go subscribe to them. If you want to go subscribe to them and watch their stuff, go ahead. I got no problem. You may like their shit. I don't like their shit. To me, their shit is very narrative based and their shit holds no clout because the organization is allowed to go stack as many people as they want on the team. But if another player say, I want to go win a championship, but yet everybody says a championship, it sets you apart from everybody. Not really. Allen Iverson didn't win a championship, but he's better than most people who got a championship. Iverson was better than Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce got a championship. Allen Iverson better than Ray Allen. Ray Allen got a championship. I got Allen Iverson over Clyde Drexler. Clyde got a championship. Charles Barkley and Karl Malone don't have a championship. But they're better than Michael Thompson and they're better than Crefonzo Thorpe. Karl Malone was better than David Robinson. David Robinson got a championship. So is David Robinson better? Is David Robinson better than Patrick Ewing? No. So what are we talking about? Shaq got championships, but is Shaq better than Yao Ming? Hell no. Yao Ming way better than Shaq was. So what are we talking about here? Like, what are we talking about? Like, all this narrative stuff. The reason basketball sucks is because y'all only promote one player. Y'all only promote one player. That's LeBron James. That's why. Basketball is still competitive. Even if you have these teams with all the good players on it, bruh, it don't matter. The Pistons went to the championship, played the Lakers with Shaq, Kobe, Karl, and Gary Payton. They won. The Detroit Pistons with Isaiah Thomas played against the Celtics and Lakers, who had way more talent than they had. They won. This is why the league is trash, because you dumbass YouTubers, this goes to Ticket and all of them, y'all aren't competitive. Y'all don't want to win. Y'all want to cry. Y'all want to do like that bum Evan Turner. Man, y'all was cheating, man. Y'all was cheating. Nigga, I'm of that Kobe. Nigga, listen, let me show y'all something. Because it pissed me off. I'm mad now. Thanks, Damon. You made me mad, Damon. Not mad at you, but you made me mad. Where's my thing at? You see this? You see this? Listen, we used to grow up, right? Remember when you grew up and you played basketball, one team had all the best players around the area because they would always pick a player from the other team to replace a player on their team. Y'all remember that when we used to run open gym, open court? Do you know what I would say to that? This is why basketball is trash now. Because he's not here no more. You see that? You see that? This is why basketball sucks, because he's not here no more. Kobe Bryant said, I wouldn't do what other players do. It's different strokes for different folks, but me, I would go out there and beat them. They asked him, what would you do if the Warriors, you had to play KD and the Warriors? He said, go out there and beat them. Beat them. Beat them. Stop with all this crying and trying to blame players because they want to win. It's because of you fans and media why these players are pressured now. Because they feel like, man, if I don't win a championship, I'm going to be seen as a bum. You did this to these players. All of you YouTubers, all of y'all. Y'all the reason why these players are crazy how they are now. And then you got these other players that be coming on YouTube, some Chris Copeland and all these bums who played in the league. They got sour grapes now because they lost. Look, man, it is what it is. When we grew up, they always used to have the best team. Around the corner, we used to go against around. They were better at football, everything. But you know what? We would beat them. All it took was one time. And we beat them 2 or 3 more times. Now, they would come back and beat us, but it was competition for us. It made us better. That's what make you better. You think if Big or Pac was alive, you think if they said HD, we want you on the track, you think I'm gonna be scared of that combination? No, it's competition. It's competition. Kevin Durant is a top 5, top 10, top 15, or top 20 player that ever played a game. Period. 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 If you want to hate because of the decision he made, that's your prerogative. That's your prerogative. But don't come to me crying, talking about, man, all this, nobody want to compete no more. No, your bum King LeBron don't want to compete because he's the one who keeps doing this. This dude done traded for a whole new team again, and y'all don't say nothing about him. It's crazy. He the only person who can do that. But the rest of these fans, they let it go. They let it go. But see, this is the world we live in. We live in a world of excuses. We live in a world with excuses.
Tony, back here in LA, Kobe Bryant received the Icon Award.
Fair use, Zach. Fair use, Zach.
Peyton Manning and Abby Wambach. Peyton, of course, a walk-off winner in the Super Bowl, and Kobe dropping 60 in his farewell as now the Icons adjust to not playing their carpet yesterday. Now, retired Kobe Bryant. So I've got to ask her the first question. What's it like having him hanging around all the time?
We love it.
You do love
Yeah,
it?
we actually do. We got used to him being around the last 3 seasons because of his injuries.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's great having him home.
Yeah, he traded his whole team away and got a whole new team. Kevin Durant ain't never do that.
How is retirement treating you?
It's been amazing. It really has.
It's crazy.
It's really slowed down
And you got these people on the internet, all this narrative stuff. That's all we live in, is a narrative society.
What kind of chores have you been doing?
Well, I'm working on my ironing skills and washing the dishes.
So, this is how it goes.
At the ironing in particular.
So people need to understand.
Learn how to pick up after himself. There's like a magic fairy that comes around and picks up his plate.
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's having a mama mentality carried through house chores as well.
Oh, yes, exactly. Wouldn't that be something? Your house would be clean as a whistle.
They're guiding him. They're showing him what to do.
What's up, Kazim? Exactly. He's always had all the talent.
Lakers did in free agency. I'm sure you still watch everything with a close eye.
Yeah, I watch a little bit. They have a lot of generation of athletes, and that's why content is an extremely powerful tool.
What we'll say, I want to go to the Warriors. Do you think that that's more of what we'll see in the future is players really putting their message out in an unfiltered way?
Well, I think you always have a combination of the two. I think it's always important to get first-hand accounts and a deeper insight, and I think that can only come from the players. But I also think there's a certain layer there where you need to have a third party kind of represent the story from a different light, a different generation of athletes, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
What do you think about things like Kevin Durant on the Players Tribune speaking for himself? This is why I want to go to the Warriors. Do you think that that's more of what we'll see in the future is players really putting their message out in an unfiltered way?
Well, I think you always have a combination of the two. I think it's always important to get first-hand accounts and a deeper insight, and I think that can only come from the players. But I also think there's a certain layer there where you need to have a third party kind of represent the story from a different light and a different perspective. So I think there's a great balance of those two things in the future.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you good luck with Kobe Inc.
Kobe Bryant had a unique perspective on Kevin Durant's decision to join the
Here it
Warriors
is.
in 2016. Kevin Durant's decision to join Golden State was met with disgust by some fans and analysts. Interestingly, Kobe Bryant offered a very unique perspective. I would have thought less about myself if I looked at that move and said, that's unfair. He said, if you're a real competitor, you look at that and say, okay, lace them up, let's go. I don't care how many players you have over there. We're still going to take you down. Bryant said per the Jim Rome show via Bleacher Report.
Did you hear that? Did y'all hear what Kobe said? This is why he's the greatest of all time. Kobe don't care. He said, yeah, you'll look at it as unfair, but so what? It's a competitor. The competitor in you would want to beat them. And Kobe would have beat them. He would have beat that team. You know why he would have beat that team? Because he would have got in every last one of their heads and said, you ain't it. He'd have got all in Steph's grill. He'd have got in Clay's grill. He'd have got at Draymond and told the man, get a tic-tac with your stink breath ass. That's what it takes to win. Who cares who's on your team? See, this is what's wrong with our society. We care about what's on the other side of the grass instead of keeping our grass clean. We always want to hear what's going on in another house instead of keeping your house good. Listen, I told y'all, if any YouTuber who I would like Jeff Bone the Bonehead, tomorrow, Jeff Bone the Bonehead had 1 million subscribers. You think that's going to make me mad? No, that's going to make me want to get better. If somebody said, HD, I didn't like your song. I felt your songs are trash. You think I'm going to quit? No, that's going to make me want to do better. It's competition. Exactly, Damon. Exactly, Malik. He beat them same Warriors. Exactly, Kazim, he did. He figured out how to beat them. And that's what I'm saying. People are always trying to hate Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, cool. Kevin Durant said, look, I went there, so what?
In most, as Kobe said, the Lakers play for world championships. They don't play for division championships or conference championships. They play to win it all. And from 1997, when Kobe came in the league, through 2012, the Lakers were in the playoffs all but 1 year. The last few years of Kobe's run, they were a young team and they weren't in there. But it probably
Sweet. And she saw me work so hard for so many years. And the last few years, her and Rob, who was at the time my agent, called me and said, listen, we are so sorry for what happened to this team. We're sorry that we don't have, seriously, it's like we're sorry we don't have a team around you that can contend for a championship. So we could make a few calls and get you on a contending team. If that's something, because we just feel horrible about seeing you going out there and struggle. Remember this? And I said, then I listened. I said, we've known each other for a very long time. Now I'm questioning myself because I'm wondering what about me makes you think I would jump ship?
You heard that?
Because we don't do that. It's not like the Lakers. I've been a Laker fan since 5 years old, man. I know the Laker history all the way from Minneapolis all the way to where it is today. Right, so it's in my blood.
You heard that? I know the history of Minneapolis to now.
This family, her father, believing in me and standing by me and all sorts of stuff. Like I'm not gonna go anywhere. Like this is home to me. We work through this stuff together, and like You know, as a leader, you gotta be able to take the good with the bad, man. You can't just, because the ship's sinking, all of a sudden I'm gonna jump off and swim to another ship like that. You don't do that, right? If you can win championships in front of everybody, then you could miss the playoffs in front of everybody. You gotta be able to take both sides of it.
Or sign with Golden State.
But they weren't losing.
It's the opposite view. It's the opposite view.
No, it's hard. It's hard to stay.
It is hard.
And that's why in the jersey retirement ceremony, I talked about that. It might have been easier for you to leave, and you didn't, and that.
Yeah. If you're doing something that's so easy, man, you might want to reconsider what you're doing. Like I can't. Durant's been a friend of mine for a very, very long time. Yeah, I mean, he's been a friend of mine for a long time. So has LeBron and all those guys. Would I make the same decision? No. But that's their decision. That's their choice. I would have stayed, but it is what it is.
Exactly. Like he said, KD's been my friend for a long time. If that's what he wanted to do, that's what he do. And it's not about jumping ship. People also don't hold the organization. Nobody talks about OKC costing Kevin Durant his championships. Nobody talks about how Brooklyn cost him his championships. Nobody talks about them two organizations. Oklahoma City did not give him the tools to win everything. They didn't. Those years before him and Russ put it together and got to the Western Conference Finals, that team wasn't even supposed to get to the Western Conference Finals. They projected that team to be a first round exit, and Durant was gone. That's everybody said, but then all of a sudden, everybody they could come back next year. He was coming back next year. They got rid of Serge Ibaka. Kevin Durant had enough because he knows Sam Presti doesn't care. He just wants to get to the playoffs. And this is what people don't understand. These people in the comment section, these Twitter people, all of these people are chumps. They don't know shit about anything because they don't read or look at what was going on. They just look at what the media tells them and they think, well, the media know what they're talking about. No, they don't. The media is trying to sell you something. How is their show going to be relevant if they all tell you the real truth about what's going on? It's not. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Do your own research. Kevin Durant went to the Warriors. So what? Beat them. Stop worrying about everybody else. Worry about yourself. Basketball's in a bad state because none of y'all niggas want to compete. Y'all scared of when somebody stacked their team. What if the GM decided to stack the team? Y'all not going to blame the GM. Y'all going to blame the players. The Warriors went after Kevin Durant. He didn't go after the Warriors. They wanted him. They pursued him. But because people love narratives so much, then what? I said the same thing in Ticket Chat. Yeah, but them cats on Ticket Chat, they don't know anything, bro. They don't. They don't let you get a word out. They try to destroy what you're talking about when you actually make sense. There's been a few people on Ticket Thing to say, bro, the organization failed KD, so KD went to go get him a ring. He was like, since y'all not going to give me a ring, I'll go somewhere and get me a ring. But see, this is what they do. Right. If you said you're the best player in the world, then prove it. Right. Right. If LeBron say he the best player in the world, go beat him. You should have beat the Warriors with KD. You're the best player in the world. That's what I kept asking everybody. You think Michael Jordan and Kobe, man, they would have looked at that as a challenge. They would have been like, bet. Let's do it. They would have said, let's do it. Jordan and Kobe would have said, "We gonna beat whoever in our way." Girl, why is she blocking the way to the kitchen?
Y'all ate everything? Y'all didn't say one?
Y'all ate the eggs?
Yeah, they ate them.
Good. That's good. They ate them.
Got in. Get them dirty things off the floor and put them in the laundry in the basket. And tell Lola to come in and do the floors. Get them out of the way.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You had your breakfast?
Yes.
It was good?
Yes.
Yes. G-Ma did a thing. Ah.
Let me see what you got.
I just got some fruit.
They ain't got no more eggs around.
Yeah, they ate all the eggs. That's good. They need to eat. They need to eat real food and not eat that Nutella crap. Right, exactly. He lost. Everybody like, he put up this performance. He lost, though. Told you. That's how it is. So that's how I be, man. Yeah, he beat him down in the finals. And then he ran, and then he went out to LA and they built the team for him out there. They built the team for him out there. That's what they do, man. That is what they do. That's what they do all the time. That's how it be, man. No, Kyrie left because he tried to trade him. And then these idiots, they leaked his trade request. LeBron and his team did. All right, told the media we need a point guard. How? You the point guard? I tell you, that dude an idiot, bro. He is straight idiot. Yeah, he got Deron Williams. But yeah, I'm about to be up out of here, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm out. Deezy.